Hi guys and welcome back to Crypto Chester. I'm here today to give you a BTC update, starting off on the short term time frame here for Bitcoin. That's going to be the hourly. Then we're going to be jumping through to the midterm time frame. Then we're going to jump through to the long term. So make sure you watch the video all the way to the end to really get that value for that, the macro side of Bitcoin. Starting off on the short term time frame, and obviously guys, if you liked it, if you like the content, smash a like on that, does help me out tremendously. Starting off with BTC on the shorter term time frame, the key horizontal levels that I'm looking at here, as you can see from before, massive levels of resistance from this zone. This is going to be around 21,600-700 all the way up to around 21,871. Now currently we're seeing Bitcoin absolutely bang it up right now, clearing 22k with confidence, but there is a massive trend line of resistance that we need to take into consideration here. And we jump into the 4-hour very quickly just to show you guys how strong this level of resistance could potentially be. And just to reiterate, this is a descending triangle here on the macro scale, guys. So please be aware that you could actually see a lot of downwards momentum still coming through for Bitcoin. So don't try and FOMO in here for massive long positions, because it's not a very wise decision. It's very uncertain, these markets at this point in time. So back to the 1 hour, I just want to show you guys, we do have a very strong chart pattern coming through, and that is going to be this rising wedge chart pattern, which we have been grinding up in terms of level of support recently, looking pretty good. Also, we have been grinding up the 10 SMA moving average, which we will bring up very shortly. But in terms of this chart pattern, in terms of this rising wedge, guys, these tend to usually break to the downside, okay? Rising wedges tend to usually break to the downside. So if anything right now, I'm looking to short Bitcoin, coming back down out of this range, this horizontal range that we were just talking about there, that 21,600 to 21,800. Once we break that to the lower side, we will be breaking this rising wedge chart pattern as well. So the measure move down for that, in terms of the trade that I'm looking for, is going to be something along the lines of this, right? Hopefully we are going to see this come down very rapidly. If not, I will be looking at these areas for potential take profits here. It all depends on the price of Bitcoin, right? But in terms of percentages now, in terms of percentages for this move, because we are getting caught up inside of this chart pattern now, it's going to be 1.56% to the downside. That's sort of what I'm looking for here. I would expect resistance, guys. I would expect resistance coming through at some point. The reasoning for this is we've seen absolutely colossal pumpage all the way from 18,000 all the way up to around 22,400. It's just too good to be true in this horrific bear market. I don't see us absolutely going any higher than this unless we have an insane breakout, and it is going to be a massive trap to liquidate as many shorts as possible. So that's sort of what I'm looking for there in terms of the chart pattern. In terms of divergences, guys, you can see here on the 1 hour here for the RSI, we are currently experiencing a potential bearish divergence. That means the price is going to have some bearish momentum coming through it as well. And also, I just want to jump to this trend line here on the RSI as well, because we can see we actually have resistance coming through from this multiple times here. If the price of BTC is going to dump here, if it is going to dump, we are going to see a sell-off. This would be a potential bounce point here that I would be looking to find the respect in terms of the selling strength to bounce here and flip to that buying momentum. That could actually be on the lower side of this horizontal box that we've got drawn in here, okay? And that is going to be 21,600, and also the lower side of this rising wedge chart pattern as well. So very interesting stuff to be looking out for there, guys. Potential level of support coming through from here, so please be aware when we are going to be entering the short position, we're likely to probably see a bit of a trap coming down and then coming back inside the wedge and then coming down further from there, okay? So please be careful, please be cautious with this trade. Don't rush into anything. Bringing up moving averages now, you can see volume weighted ATR band. This let me get rid of the moving average. Let me get rid of the moving averages, and let's work with the volume weighted ATR band for a second. You can see the volume weighted ATR bands that we've got, this red one and this green one coming through from here. We do usually, when we get above it, we usually come down and we test it, okay? We come down and test it. Currently, that price is 21,470. So if we are going to see us come down, this is going to be a bounce point I really would be looking for. Let me see if I can find you an example for that very quickly, because usually we do find resistance off it, but if we do trend above it, we tend to bounce, okay? We tend to come above it, come down, bounce off it again, and just trend along that bad boy, okay? Like you can see here, coming up above it, bounce. So that is an indication that we are going to see some bullish momentum when we come down to 21,400 in terms of the live price of where we're at now. So that's another thing I want you guys to be looking out for there. In terms of EMA ribbon right now, we are currently in a long signal here for the 1 hour, so that's another piece of information to be using there. Not quite getting those caught up moving averages to flip that bearish just yet, but it's definitely something to be taken care of. And also, let's bring up the main moving averages here and see what we're working with. You can see us, what have we been doing the last last day or so here, we've been literally testing this 10 simple, and also that's the 10 SMA and also the 21 EMA as well, continuously bouncing off that, and also the price action channel. This price action channel will determine the trend here, guys. This is definitely something I really want to be looking out for there, and that in terms of a price break is going to be 21,689, and also to the lower side 21,561. So if we start to lose this price, if we lose the volume weighted ATR band, if we lose the 55, if we lose the price action channel, if we lose the 21 and the 10 simple that we have been testing multiple times here, then I really would expect downwards momentum, guys. A lot of bearish momentum coming down from this zone. We'll be losing all major trading, all major chart patterns, all major boxes, all major moving averages, volume weighted ATR bands. It's going to be a horrific bearish reversal. And the reason why I'm saying this, guys, is because we have pumped a significant amount from 18,000 all the way up to 22k. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy trend. We need to come down. If this is going to be a new higher low on the macro, and we are going to see a nice bit of bullish momentum coming through, we need to come down and we need to set a goddamn higher low already. Otherwise, it's not going to work. It's not going to be a healthy trend, and we will just crash down, okay? So back to the shorter term time frame for the second, because another thing I want you guys to keep your eyes peeled for is going to be the MACD coming through from here. You can see how strong the trend was when we did see that massive pump coming through to the upside for BTC recently. This is an indication that we've come up insanely high, right? Insanely high. Now, for us to get back up here and break this level, we need to probably pump up to like 26k. It's gonna be it's very unlikely that this happens. So what does that tell us? It tells us that there's potential for a bearish divergence to be had. Not confirmed as of yet, because we don't know where we're going to see the next bearish crossover and where we're going to see the reversal of the trend in the market structure. But this is something we need to take into consideration for the future here, because if this bearish divergence is confirmed here on the MACD, then, well, it is pretty much going to get confirmed. We're not going to break 26k anytime soon, I don't think. So I really would suggest looking out for this as well and getting that confirmation coming through. In terms of the DMI coming through here, guys, you can see the ADX is right up around 37. Key checkpoints for the DMI is the 20 and the 25 levels. If the ADX is above that, it shows a nice strong trend is happening upon us. And at the moment, we are seeing that bullish momentum coming through. What I would be looking for here is the negative and the positive. That's this blue line here, and this the negative is the orange line here. Those two to cross over. If they come down like so, they cross over and they see with the ADX nice and high, still above that 25 level, then we are going to see a strong downtrend, okay? It's going to be a strong downtrend, so that's going to be definitely something else to be looking out for there as well. That's sort of what I'm saying here on the hourly time frame. That's what I'm looking for essentially here. Let's move on to the midterm, and let's see what we're working with there for the midterm. Just quickly, again, we're above all major moving averages here on the short-term time frame, so that is a nice bullish uptrend, right? Okay, so moving on to the midterm time frame here, that's the 4 hour. What are we looking for? We're looking for Fibonacci retracement, guys. We're looking for Fibonacci retracement, the most recent trend, and that is obviously the downtrend coming through. We're currently sat on the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement, which is very crucial, because we found resistance on this multiple times, guys. We've been slammed down from this Fibonacci retracement. So where are we now? We're sat literally directly on it after a horrific pump to the upside, with a bearish divergence coming through on the RSI as well. So everything is just telling us that it's going to be going down here, okay? In terms of levels that I want to be aiming for, is going to be around that 21,400 for that bounce, and also referencing those levels of support coming through here for the short-term time frame. So just be prepared for that to crash. I think it'll be quite fast when it does, okay? I think it'll be quite fast. In terms of other bounce levels, if we do see us absolutely cascade down like we did see the other day here for Bitcoin, I would be looking for the 200 EMA coming through, and that's currently priced at around 21,100. We do have the 55 coming up, creeping up pretty slightly there, around 20,800 sort of area, if we are going to see catastrophic dumps to the downside. In terms of the most recent trend, in terms of the most recent Fibonacci retracement that I want you guys to be looking out for there as well, this is currently our swing low, this is currently our swing high for this little micro uptrend here, and we're looking for the 0.236 for a Fibonacci retracement bounce if we are going to be looking for that higher low. It's either the 0.236 or the 0.382, okay? In terms of prices for that, it's going to be around 21,381 and also 20,787. If we lose the Fibonacci 0.5, that is the confirmation of the reversal of the trend, because it usually is, right? If we break the 0.5, that means we usually have a reversal of the trend. So that's going to be an area to be looking out for there. In terms of the price for that right now, it's 20,339. And also, we will be breaking all major moving averages coming through to the upside, to the downside. So that will be basically confirmation that we're going to have a downtrend as well. Okay, with the bearish divergence, everything is lining up to come down here, guys. So please don't be insanely bullish, right? Please don't be insanely bullish. Another thing that I want to be looking out for here as well is if we see a little micro pump before we dump down. If that is going to happen, we will be moving our Fibonacci here for our swing high coming up to this volume weighted ATR band here. This is sort of what I've got my eye on at the moment for resistance here on the 4 hour, and that's going to be around 22,872. If we look at this across previous history, you can see resistance coming through, near enough getting their resistance as well. Let's bring it up again and see if we can get a bit more data here. Pretty strong resistance on this bad boy, guys. So we need to be using this to our advantage here, because we're literally just about to come up to it. So we definitely need to be using it. If we clear it, we might actually start a nice uptrend above it, and it'll be very, very steep. But the confirmation that I'm looking for to enter that hash ribbons long here, guys, as I'm sure you guys have seen on my previous videos here, waiting anxiously for that hash ribbons long. I want to see us break this level of resistance of the volume weighted ATR band. That's the confirmation, and I will probably be longing up Bitcoin a hell of a long way from there, right? Not going to go into the hash ribbons on this video, but yeah, you can check out some of my old videos, and you can see the success rate and stuff for that. Moving on to the midterm time frame here for the longer term time frame here for BTC, and as you can see, we do still have this rising parallel channel. You can see the measure move to the downside, which we didn't actually complete here. We actually got just around 18.5. Okay, we got around to 18.5. In terms of percentages there, we were looking for around something along the lines of a 16% move to the downside, but we didn't quite get it. We got around 11.82%. So nice money made there. But from there, horrific bounce to the upside. And this is why we stagger our take profits, guys. This is why we stagger our take profits, so we don't get trapped out. In terms of moving averages, in terms of Fibonacci here, in terms of horizontals for the longer term time frame here for Bitcoin, the area that I'm again looking for is going to be this horizontal coming through. You can see the resistance that we've had from this zone before multiple times. Even if it is slamming us down literally $1,000 there, we need to be cautious of this area. That is going to be around 22,600. This is crucial, guys. We banged it up out of nowhere without a higher low. I would expect Bitcoin to come down here. The signs are saying it across the micro and the macro as well. So please be aware for that. In terms of a daily candle body close to be watching out for, guys, 13 hours and 8 seconds, 13 hours and 8 minutes left of this daily candle body here. Daily candle here. I want to see us close probably below it here, and then we'll see us come down to around that 21,400 area to be looking out for there as well. If we lose the price action channel and also the 21 EMA, I would expect downside, and I would probably expect to come down and challenge the higher low that we set previously, and that is going to be around at 18.5, okay? And if that is going to happen, there is going to be a potential short position, guys, because this measure move, it's still absolutely valid, okay? It's absolutely valid. We can use it again, so let's do some percentages for that. For the potential entry that we could be looking for that zone, I probably wouldn't be getting in until we cleared the 21. So we'll be a short down from the 21 EMA, and that's around 20,773. And that's going to be losing this very, very, very strong horizontal level of support. Okay, if we do lose that, I would be loving a short coming down, probably to around this area, around 19,367. So that's what I'm looking for. Hope you guys enjoyed the BTC update today. If you did, smash a like on the video. I'm going to be doing continual updates now. Obviously, I have been in Bangkok doing a crazy visa run for the last week. It's been very annoying, so apologize for no content coming through there. It was pretty hard to film on the road and stuff like that, and obviously flying around and hotels and all that. It was very annoying, right? I couldn't really get the content out with this professional standard. So so it's going to be continuous content now. So look forward to that, and make sure you like the video if you do like the content, right? But yeah, that's going to be it from me. But for now, so peace out and goodbye from me, Crypto Chester. Horrific. How do I end this? You know why we're here. Cold hard cash.